Picture this, right? A 13-year-old boy, barely out of braces, blocks a punch from a lich who literally ends worlds. We're talking existential threat, and Finn just shrugs it off. Meanwhile, his dog stretches from one valley to another, casually tying a cosmic deer into a balloon animal like it's just another Tuesday. Still think Finn's just the sword kid and Jake's the funny pet? Yeah, let's fix that. Because what you think you know about these two is probably just the tip of a cosmic reality bending iceberg. Today, we're not just scratching the surface, we're diving headfirst into every single outrageous, mind-blowing feat the show quietly slid under our noses. We're talking demon blood swords that cut through dimensions, pocket universes chilling inside Jake's tummy, full-blown telepathy that would make Professor X blush, literal resurrection from the dead, universe-hopping adventures, and so much more. You name it, these two have probably done it, usually before breakfast. By the end of this video, you're not gonna just have the numbers, the clips, and the undeniable proof. You're gonna have the ultimate bragging rights the next time someone tries to call Finn and Jake mid-tier toon heroes. Buckle up, buttercups, because Adventure Time's power scaling is about to get brutal, and frankly, a little bit absurd. Now let's kick this off with the easy stuff, the baseline, the before he even got truly weird Finn. In the episode Mystery Train, this kid clears a moving locomotive top to bottom without even breaking a sweat. We're talking full-on parkour at roughly 40 miles per hour, all while his brain is busy solving a murder mystery. Think about that for a second. The average Olympic sprinter, a professional athlete at their absolute peak, barely touches 23 miles per hour. Finn, a literal teenager, is outputting at least double that, with jumps, flips, and swordplay layered on top. He's not just fast, he's an acrobatic high-speed detective, and he's doing it all like it's nothing. That's not just human peak, that's something else. But we're just getting started. Let's move to raw strength. In Dad's dungeon, Finn, at just 12 years old, before puberty even decided to show up to the party, rips a 2-ton stone boulder out of a solid wall and hurls it downhill with enough force to absolutely obliterate demon skeletons. To put that into perspective, real-world physics tells us that's roughly 5,000 newtons of force. That's equivalent to lifting half a compact car over your head and then throwing it like a baseball. And this isn't an isolated incident. He's been shown to lift gargantuan monsters over his head and throw them, push massive crystal ships against their own propulsion, and even tear open the Lord of the Nightosphere, Hunts and Abadir, with just 2 regular swords. This kid isn't just strong for his age, he's strong for, well, anyone. Durability? Oh, Finn's got durability that laughs in the face of logic. Remember the Season 5 opener? The Lich hits him with a blast so powerful it levels the Candy Kingdom's outer walls. Finn gets launched 2 entire city blocks, lands amid a pile of rubble, and is still conscious enough to quip. The concussive energy required to pulverize reinforced candy concrete, which is basically cartoon-grade rebar, far exceeds the explosive yield of a stick of C4. Surviving that without shattering every single bone in his body means his tissue density isn't just tough, it clocks in at low-grade superhuman, and that's not even his craziest feat. He survived jumping headfirst into a volcano, endured the full planet-scorching power of Flame Princess, and even came out of a black hole collapsing on itself. He's basically a walking, talking, nearly indestructible tank with a sword. That's willpower and pain tolerance beyond normal human limits. And let's not forget those sword skills. Finn isn't just swinging a stick, he's a master combatant. The Demon Blood Sword, for example, isn't just sharp, it cuts through steel chains in the pit like they're made of butter. It's got demonic energy and it's capable of slicing through almost anything. Then there's the Grass Sword, a living cursed blade that became a part of him. This thing reacts faster than Finn himself, parrying a barrage from the destabilized Glitch God and Come Along With Me. That's precognitive level response tied directly into his reflex arc. Translation: Finn's nervous system runs faster than most speedsters in other cartoons. He's not just skilled, he's got weapons that blur the line between tool and sentient partner, granting him abilities that are just unfair. He's trained with legendary figures like Rattleballs, honing his swordsmanship to a degree that makes him one of the most formidable fighters in OO. Alright, now let's talk about the dog, Jake. Everyone knows he stretches, right? But the true extent of his elasticity is just bonkers. His mass remains constant, but he redistributes it at will, making him a biological marvel. In The Limit, he stretches 40 miles without stopping. Now, a typical golden retriever weighs around 30 kilograms. Stretching that tissue to 40 miles yields a tensile strength that's not just north of spider silk, it's off the charts. Try scaling that to real-world materials. Nothing on Earth can bend that far without snapping, tearing, or simply disintegrating. Jake's body is basically a living, breathing, unbreakable supermaterial, and he could do this while being forcibly stretched, which just proves his body is built different. Strength-wise, Jake uses his elasticity in ways that redefine brute force. In Believe in the Me That Believes in You, he enlarges just his fist to the size of a house and one punches an ancient stone colossus. Calculations from civil engineers, if they could even comprehend such a feat, would put that colossus at roughly 900 metric tons of solid rock. To shatter that in a single blow, Jake outputs around 25,000 newtons. That's about the force of a wrecking ball swung by a freight train. He can crush entire ships with a single blow and has even been shown fighting powerful undertakers in the Dead Worlds. This isn't just stretching, this is physics-defying monumental power. But the real cheat code, the absolute game changer, is Jake's anatomical manipulation. This isn't just stretching, it's cellular level control that borders on full shapeshift immortality. In The Jiggler, he squeezes his liver into a thumb-sized pocket to detox poison. In The More You Mow, The Mo You Know, he folds his entire nervous system into his pinky to avoid a global signal overload. That's not just control, that's knowing every single cell in his body and moving it around like Legos. If you can relocate organs at will, fatal blows become mere suggestions. He can rearrange his bones, twist his spine, and move all his blood and guts into his thumb to avoid damage, and even spit out his entire skeletal system and put it back in. He's practically unkillable by conventional means. And then there's the cosmic stretch. This is where Jake truly breaks the rules. The comic arc shows Jake inflating bigger than the treehouse, then casually lounging on a cloud like it's a beanbag. Season 10's abstract episode has him twisting into Mobius strips and Klein bottle shapes. Topology laughs at him. Space-time allows the nonsense because Jake's elasticity bends reality, not just rubber. He's not just stretching his body, he's stretching space itself. His imagination is so potent that he can literally create threats just by thinking about them, manifesting them into existence. Official classification? He's a Type 7 immortal. Dead in theory, alive in practice, constantly reshaping past forms whenever convenient. He doesn't just stretch, he warps reality. Now, Finn's arsenal isn't just steel and superhuman stats alone. He's got some serious magical chops too. Remember Daddy's Little Monster? He opens a stable portal to the Nightosphere, a realm existing entirely outside normal dimensions. Creating interdimensional apertures on command, that's high-tier sorcerer level, folks. That's something even the Ice King can't do without years of prep and a captive princess, and even then it's usually a mess. Finn just does it. And this isn't the only foray into the arcane. He's used Frigitsu, the ninja art of ice magic, and in moments of extreme emotion, he's displayed powerful telekinetic abilities, strong enough to rip chunks out of ooh and even build a tower into space. He even created a black hole at one point. Telepathy? Oh yeah, Finn's got that too. Enter the ancient psychic tandem war elephant. Bonding with this majestic beast gives Finn full-scale telepathy, powerful enough to scan an entire city's dreams simultaneously in wizards only fools. That's Professor X range without the Cerebro helmet, and Finn just rolls with it. The downside is Finn rarely leans on the elephant, probably because he's too busy being a hero the old-fashioned way, but the fact he retains the link means psychic resistance is baked into his mind. He's not just strong physically, his mind is a fortress. Jake counters with his own brand of reality-bending magic, pocket dimension biology. His viola doesn't just make music, it produces sound waves that can trap people in music bubbles. And inside those bubbles, a literal amphitheater, complete with lighting rigs. He's not just stretching limbs, he's stretching space itself. In Grocery Time, he compresses an entire supermarket aisle into a lunchbox, items still fresh and ready to eat. That's functional hammer space generation on the fly, a power typically reserved for powerful sorcerers or cosmic beings. And let's not forget his internal storage capabilities. He's carried everything from a time machine to a miniature lich monster inside himself. And here's a feat that truly showcases both their mental fortitude. They both resisted the lich's sanity-draining aura. The lich is literally death incarnate, an embodiment of pure nihilism. His very presence rots minds and breaks spirits. Finn withstands it at point blank range, not just surviving, but making jokes about babies. That's willpower transcending mortal terror, a feat even seasoned heroes in other universes fail against. Jake too has faced the Lich's influence and emerged largely unscathed. This isn't just physical strength, it's an unyielding spirit that defies even cosmic horror. Individual numbers are fun, but together, Finn and Jake enter cosmic brackets. Their synergy isn't just good, it's reality shattering. In the Lich episode, they slam the Enchiridion, a book of cosmic knowledge and the metaphysical rules, so hard that it literally shatters reality itself. This doesn't just open a portal, it opens a multiversal gateway. The book channels fundamental cosmic laws. It takes both their synchronized intent, Finn's pure heart and Jake's raw elastic brute force, to crack it wide open. No single character in OO manages that alone. It's a combined feat that reshapes existence. Against the Glitch God in the series finale, their teamwork is on another level. They coordinate a complex battle plan while hopping between space-time shards, adapting on the fly to a constantly shifting reality. Jake enlarges into a living catapult, launching Finn with precision timing for a grass sword slash mid-flight. That combined strike deletes an entity that devours universes for breakfast. That's not some last-minute artifact power-up, that's planetary to multiversal level output achieved purely through their bond and combined abilities. It's a testament to their unwavering trust and understanding of each other's strengths. Another underrated moment, often overlooked for its sheer endurance implications, is Dungeon Train. Jake morphs into a full-service battle fortress. Cannons, treads, reinforced molybdenum steel, while Finn operates as a one-man army on top, mowing through respawning loot bosses for hours. They keep this up non-stop, meaning their stamina reserves dwarf most shonen protagonists who collapse after a single spirit bomb. They can maintain peak performance for extended periods, enduring endless waves of enemies, all while having a grand old time. And let's not forget the Jake suit, where Finn literally wears Jake as armor, gaining all of his stretchy powers and enhanced durability. It's a fusion of their abilities that makes Finn effectively invincible in many situations, though it can push Jake to his limits. Casual fans, bless their hearts, sometimes rank Marceline above them because soul-sucking vampire queen sounds edgy and cool. Yet Marceline's most impressive planetary feat is turning into a giant bat and chomping on a city. Finn and Jake, on the other hand, erased a multiversal glitch. Tier-wise, that places them solidly below primordial cosmic entities like GOLB, Prismo, the omnitemporal Wishmaster and Keeper of the Multiverse's Center, and the Catalyst Comets, universal reset buttons that grant new modes of existence. But they are demonstrably above the likes of Ice King, Flame Princess, and even Huns and Abadir. The Ice King, despite his power, is consistently beaten by Finn and Jake. Flame Princess is incredibly powerful, capable of destroying lands, but Finn has survived her full power. Consider this: Death, the literal entity, lists Jake as problematic in The Gift That Reaps Giving, implying the afterlife itself cannot easily claim him. He's deathless, meaning he lacks the ability to die. He's not undead, not alive, but simply exists beyond the conventional cycle of life and death. Meanwhile, Finn's soul is desired by multiple cosmic beings, not because it's weak or easily consumed, but because consuming it grants conceptual control over heroism itself. He's been called the embodiment of good and an idea of hope. That's abstract tier importance, something even iconic heroes like Goku or Superman rarely touch. Finn and Jake aren't just fighting villains, they're influencing fundamental concepts of the universe. They are tied to the very fabric of OO's existence, reincarnating together throughout countless lifetimes. Misconception 1. Finn's only peak human. False. Absolutely, unequivocally false. Get that out my face. Peak humans don't lift half-ton boulders at 12 years old, survive C4 level concussions, jump into volcanoes, or shrug off black holes. His growth curve and consistent feats mirror classic super soldier serum results, minus the serum. He's outrun explosions, dodged lightning, and maintained intense physical activity for days. He consistently surpasses the legendary hero Billy, often being called the greatest hero of OO. So yeah, Finn's not just peak human, he's transcended that long ago. Misconception 2. Jake's stretch has limits. Canon answer? Not found. Every stated limit Jake might have gets surpassed the very next season, or sometimes even in the same episode. 40 miles in Season 3, by Season 10, he's planet-sized. The writers treat his elasticity as a soft magic system, meaning if the joke lands, if the narrative calls for it, physics take a back seat. He can stretch across entire valleys, shrink to microscopic levels, inflate to block attacks, and morph into anything he imagines. If there's a limit, the show hasn't found it, and honestly, seems like Jake hasn't either. Misconception 3. They're comedy characters, power levels don't matter. This is perhaps the biggest disservice to Adventure Time. The show literally ends with them saving all existence from a fourth wall breaking virus, a cosmic entity that threatened the entire multiverse. Comedy doesn't negate feats. If anything, it masks them, letting the duo hide their multiversal clout behind banana peel gags and silly antics. Adventure Time might be funny, but it's also a deeply philosophical show with incredibly high stakes. The comedic elements often serve to highlight the absurd power these characters wield without making it feel overly grim. They are heroes who literally laugh in the face of universal annihilation. So let's add it all up, shall we? Finn's baseline strength benches half a ton, his reaction timing is below 5 milliseconds, he has citywide telepathy, dimensional portal creation, and immunity to death magic. He's got superhuman durability, swordsmanship that borders on precognition, and a willpower that defies cosmic entities. Jake, on the other hand, clocks in with tensile infinity, localized reality warp, type 7 immortality, pocket dimension generation, and multiversal scale manipulation. He can manipulate his body on a cellular level, stretch across entire star systems, and reshape spacetime. Combined, they've deleted beings that eat timelines for breakfast and shattered the fundamental rules of the multiverse. Translation into versus battle parlance, individually they're easily small planet level, possibly even higher given their more abstract feats, but in synergy, together, they are undeniably multiverse level. That places them solidly above Herald tier. Think Galactus Heralds, who are universal level threats, but just below Celestial tier, Marvel's cosmic architects who create and destroy galaxies. If you drop them into most anime verses, they'd steamroll until they hit the abstract gods of creation. They're not just strong, they're broken. Now, if that scaling blew your mind, if you're sitting there rethinking everything you thought you knew about these two, then you gotta bash that like button until it hits multiverse crack. Subscribe for more cartoon math because we're just getting started. And drop a comment below telling me which duo do you want measured next. Maybe Mordecai and Rigby, or Phineas and Ferb. Let me know. So how strong really are Finn and Jake? Separately, they're already broken. A kid who bench presses boulders while ignoring death magic and black holes, and a dog who treats space and his own biology like Play-Doh. Together, they crack reality, survive universal erasure, and still make it home in time for canned beans. Calling them mid-tier isn't just an understatement, it's basically insulting the multiverse itself. Remember that the next time someone shrugs and says, they're just adventurers. Sure, adventurers who could blink most heroes out of existence. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next theory.